Hi everyone, I'm Stacy from Stacy's Kitchen and welcome to DeliDeli, or as we also call it, delicious delicacies. And on today's episode, I'm going to be doing a double treat. So I'm going to be doing Suhari and Lapsi, my version. So guys, I have all my ingredients prepped and waiting. So the first thing I'm going to do is the dough for the Suhari. Alright, so simple, some ghee, flour. So I'm going to be combining all of this. So I'm going to go in with the water. And my dough is almost ready. So it's similar to an eggless pancake. So we have some butter, we have some flour, and water. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit of dry flour and leave it to rest. And I'm going to start the mixture for the lapsi. Alright, so time for my lapsi mixture. So I'm going to be putting my flour in. So I'm just going to patch it up just a little bit. We don't want it too brown, so this is something that you would have to monitor. Alright, so I'm just going to let this patch, as we say, for maybe a minute or two on a medium heat. So to that I'm going to be adding some ginger powder, some elaichi powder, and also some fresh ginger. And I'm just going to crack one of these leaves just to release the flavor a bit. Alright, so I kept stirring it so it doesn't get too brown or stick to the bottom. Alright, so in goes my full cream milk, then my evaporated milk, and my sugar. Alright, so stirring again. So my liquids and my dry ingredients here for the lapsi, combining everything. And I'm also going to be adding my water. So I'm just using a whisk to break everything down, the flour particles, just for it to give you a smooth texture. I'm going to add the rest of the ginger and some more cardamom powder. Alright, so stirring is the key here, just to get the flour to incorporate nicely. And we have two hands, so we could take turns with the hands on stirring. So this treat actually takes a little time, but you have to pay attention to this spot because you don't want the milk to burn, or else you'll have to go from the top and start all over again. Alright, so I want to bring this to a boil, and then I will turn the heat off, and I'm going to continue cooking it with some butter. Alright, so you see the flour pieces are breaking up. So you're still getting the intake of that flour porridge. Alright, so I'm just going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to be straining it into my pot with some butter to continue the cooking process. Alright, so time to add my butter. So you can use butter or you can use ghee, and we're just going to keep stirring. So the butter actually thins it out a bit, the mixture, and also adds some flavor to it. Okay, so my lapsi is ready, so I set it aside. So I'm gonna see about my sahari doughs now. So I'm just gonna fry them out, and then we're gonna bring this entire dish together. So I'm gonna flour my counter surface, and I'm gonna put my dough, or cut I should say, my dough into some smaller pieces. So I'm gonna be making some small or some tiny dough balls. Alright, so I'm just gonna coat them with a bit of dry flour so it makes my rolling a bit easier. Alright, so my oil is heating, so I'm just gonna roll these out, and then we're gonna start frying our sahari. Alright, so we're rolling our dough balls out. So I want to make them as thin as possible, more or less the consistency of pancakes, and I'm using some coconut oil to fry my dough. Okay, so we're gonna fry our sahari, and it's just a simple mixture of flour and water, and so you want them thin. So this holds that lapsi mix filling, I should say, really nicely. And look at that, my sahari is swelling without baking powder. Alright, so in goes the other one. And guys, the full recipe will be posted, so make sure and try it. Okay, so here is my creation, the sahari and the lapsi, and now it's time for the best part. So I'm just gonna taste, give it a try. So this is basically how you eat it. You put some of the filling on the inside, and you hold it just like this, and you have a bite. This is super amazing, trust me. Something you could get addicted to. I hope you try this recipe. It's amazing. The dough is very light and fluffy. The lapsi filling, it's super. It's great, trust me. So guys, thank you for looking at DeliDeli. I am Stacy, and I'll see you next time.